Welcome to today's video, where we're going to explore a fascinating topic in C&I programming. If you're a C/E developer, you've likely encountered situations where you need to pass a parameter pack template through a macro. This might seem like a daunting task, but don't worry. By the end of this video, you'll have a solid understanding of how to achieve this. Parameter pack templates are a powerful feature in modern CE, allowing for flexible and expressive code. However, when it comes to passing them through macros, things can get tricky. Macros are essentially text substitutions, which can lead to issues with template expansion. In this video, we'll delve into the details of how to overcome these challenges and successfully pass parameter pack templates through macros. To begin with, let's consider what happens when you try to pass a parameter pack template through a macro. The issue arises because macros are expanded before the compiler even sees the template code. This means that the template parameters aren't yet known, leading to errors during the expansion process. One way to tackle this problem is by using a technique called token pasting. Token pasting allows you to concatenate tokens together, effectively creating a new token from smaller pieces. We can leverage this feature to create a macro that expands into a template parameter pack. The key insight here is that we need to create an intermediate macro that takes the parameter pack as argument. This intermediate macro will then expand into the final template instantiation. By doing so, we ensure that the template parameters are properly resolved before being passed through the macro. To illustrate this concept, imagine you have a macro my_macro that takes a single argument. You want to pass a parameter pack types through this macro, which is defined as template typename. Types struct mistruct me dd. The intermediate macro would look something like this: hash define my intermediate macro types template typename types struct mistruct types a. Now, when you use the original my macro with the parameter packed types, it expands into the intermediate macro, which in turn expands into the final template instantiation. This process ensures that the template parameters are correctly resolved and passed through the macro. To summarize, passing a CU parameter pack template through a macro requires careful consideration of the expansion order. From this video are: use token pasting to create an intermediate macro that takes the parameter pack as argument. Ensure that the template parameters are properly resolved before being passed through the macro. Create an intermediate macro that expands into the final template instantiation. In passing a CQ parameter pack template through a macro might seem like a complex task, but by using token pasting and creating an intermediate macro, you can achieve this with ease. We hope this video has provided you with a solid understanding of this concept and inspired you to experiment with new ideas in your own code. If you have any questions or comments about the content, please don't hesitate to leave them below. Like this video if you found it helpful, and consider subscribing for more informative content on C programming. Until next time, happy coding.